Well, cheers. How you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? It's been a while since I've been able to get one to work here. My this computer is iffy at best. I do need to get a new one, but that's not going to happen in the immediate future. I don't know why this. The computer's got a few years on it now, but for whatever reason, the webcam on this thing's been a pain in the ass from the start. But here we are. But here we are nonetheless. Anyway, cheers. I do, buckaroos. I am Tyler Beer Whisperer. Tonight I'm also, for all intents and purposes, the Whiskey Whisperer. And I've got a couple things I'm going to have with you. Finishing off stuff I picked up around St. Patrick's Day, being of Irish ancestry. The Boulevard Irish Ale. They now call it traditional red ale. Originally, they just called traditional Irish ale. I don't know why red had to come in to play, to be honest with you. I think it's a mistake, but 5.8%, 30 IBUs. The beer hasn't changed, just the name. I don't know why the name changed, but I don't know. Well, I have an idea why. I'm just not going to say. I also decided to pour the rest of my Jameson Caskmates, which is the Jameson Irish whiskey that has aged in stout barrels. As I poured into my funky little porcupine glass, I don't know what the hell. Kind of looks like a sherry glass, I suppose. I don't really know what kind of glass. Anyway, I digress. As the tube's Mondo Bondage plays, as you see a reflection in the mirror, or in the window, rather. I like to close the drapes, but wife likes them open. Nice malty nose on the Irish style ale. Yeah, it's very similar to say beers like say Smithwick's. I would say it's what Smithwick's was about a decade and a half ago. I know the powers that be like to tell you it hasn't changed, but I think it has. I remember a decade and a half ago, it sure tastes a lot different than it does now. I don't know. It could be that. It could be just that my taste buds have changed. It could be that we've been awakened from the amount of craft beer that has inundated us, and we're tasting things different than we once did. But anyway, I'm going to have a little drink. It's nice. It is. This type of beer isn't. It's not trendy right now because it doesn't taste like fruit juice. It doesn't look like a mimosa. So beer drinkers that have a lot of facial hair, tattoos, and piercings can't be seen drinking a beer like this because it's not what they do, right? The bottom line is, yeah, you can love all kinds of craft beer. It doesn't have to be one style. It doesn't have to be because of something's trendy or not. And I think that's my problem with certain people and certain trends is that they want you to believe that you can only drink certain beers at a certain time. And that's not what craft beer started out to be. Long before it was even called craft beer, it wasn't about making craft beer. It was about making beer again, right? I mean, the original pioneers like Jack McAuliffe of New Albion, he didn't set out to make craft beer. He just wanted to make beer like it used to be made. And unfortunately, the big guys were able to shut him down before he really got going. But what they weren't able to stop is the momentum. Folks like Jim, I know his last name. I just don't want to say it. I don't want to propagate certain people. But yeah, Sam Adams, Boston Beer Company. Yeah, you couldn't stop that momentum. I had Fritz Maytag, Anchor Steam. I mean, you couldn't stop the momentum. They were able to shut Jack down and New Albion down, but they weren't able to stop the momentum. What Jim Koch was able to do was Coke, however you want to pronounce his name. What he was able to do, though, what he was brilliant at, if not making beer, was marketing. He took what Jack McAuliffe had done and said, okay, I'm going to market it this way. So people want to give Jim Koch a lot of credit for craft beer, But the bottom line is he wouldn't have been able to do what he did if Jack McAuliffe hadn't paved the way before him. And sometimes folks that start the momentum are forgotten on the way, like Jack McAuliffe of New Albion, in my particular opinion. Not a huge fan of Sam Adams, to be honest with you, because I feel like they do the bare minimum. I feel like they do the bare minimum to survive. I think they are more interested in being popular than being good. However, having said that, I can't take away the fact that they allowed, again, the same way that Jack McAuliffe and New Albion allowed the Boston Beer Company to survive. Boston Beer Company paved the way for others in their place. You can't deny that. I'm not a fan of the company, to be honest with you. I never have been. But I can't deny their importance to craft beer. Uh, Boulevard is one of those that came out in the early 90s. Again, uh, some may doubt their importance as well, but I mean, there's a lot of Midwest brews, a lot of Midwest breweries that wouldn't be around if it wasn't for Boulevard in the first damn place. They paved the way for a lot of others to come through. And you have to pay homage to that, man. You can't just say this Johnny Come Lately is the best thing to happen to craft beer and forget those that came in their place, man. That's a lot of my problem with the hipster craft beer movement is that's exactly what they do is they want to erase the fact that craft beer existed before hipsters. That's my problem. That's my damn issue right there, man. Hipsters may have played a part in propagating craft beer, but they damn sure didn't invent it. As many of them would like to let you know. Anyway, uh, it's like running into a vegan in a bar. How do you know when you've run across a vegan in a craft beer bar? Well, because they're going to tell you. It's the first damn thing they're going to tell you. I'm a vegan. Great. I'm happy for you. I'm a vegan, Tom. I don't eat anything with a face. I feel sorry for your wife. Anyway, but I digress. Little drum roll. Yeah. I CrossFit and I'm a vegan. It's the first words that are come out their mouth. Anyway, I don't eat anything with a face. I feel sorry for your wife. Anyway, I digress. I am Tom here Whisper. Oh, mercy. Sometimes. Where'd our love go? The J Gals band here on my Pandora, man. Oh, man. I'm bummed that I can't play my Spotify. Well, I can. I just don't have a good speaker for it. That sounds like crap coming out my phone because my speaker done went belly up. Well, my speaker itself didn't go belly up. It's the port that would. I can't charge the damn thing. So I got to figure out how to fix that or who to take it to fix that. I guess would be more accurate. It's just a good speaker. I just can't charge the damn thing. So I'll probably end up trying to buy it as inexpensive as it can be found. I want to say I'm today for about 60, but the current budget didn't allow for that. And this is fine. I don't mind listening to my Pandora, but I like my Spotify because it's more specific. I got certain songs that even the Pandora will play, a lot of obscure tunes that I like that I want to listen to, man. So anyway, I'm kind of in Irish mode here. I did have some coffee a little bit ago, so I got a little wide awake going on. Had a couple beers earlier while I was preparing dinner. I quit for about 3 hours. I decided I'd start her up again and finish off my stout cask mates here. I like the cask mates. They typically run I seen them as low as 27. I see them as high as 35. About 30. I don't know that I'd personally pay more than 30, but they are what they are. I buy this once a year, the Boulevard Irish Ale. Again, 5.8, 30. 5.8 is awful big for an Irish ale, traditionally speaking, anyway. For an American version, maybe not so much. But it is good. It does what it does. It's very malty. And Savannah's, it's just done well. But make no mistake, it is an American version of said traditional Irish ale. That's what Americans do, right? We say, why don't we just do this to it? I understand that, but how about if we just did this? My ancestry is mostly Irish and German. However, I tend to take more after the Irish side because I've never wanted to invade Poland or kill Jews. Tom, you went there, did you? Yeah, I did. I think it's a damn shame that right now, and this my dad was a World War II veteran. Now we've become desensitized to Nazis. We put one in the White House. Freaking believable. Anyway, I digress. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, BeerVangelist, prolific beer drinker. On that note, we better sign off, man. There's going to be a death squad at my front door shortly now as the First Amendment dies. Get all these people concerned about the Second Amendment don't give a gosh darn about the First. I guarantee you that. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, BeerVangelist, prolific beer drinker, Purveyor of Wisdom, man. All around good guy. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, Purveyor of Wisdom, man. Yeah, cheers, all around good guy. Just say no Nazis, man.